Hi, my name is Luz, and I've been in Run for God for all the 10 years that it's been going on in Dover at St. Mary Church. So, 10 years ago, I was starting to think that metabolism has not been very kind anymore, and I had to do something. It just so happened that Molly Wade started the program, and I saw it in the church bulletin, and it's, you know, it's a sign that I have to join. I found out later that my son has actually joined the program also through the Boy Scouts, and that my daughter also joined through St. Mary Academy. So with my husband to accompany my daughter, then all of us actually did Run for God that year. And then after the first 5K for which we were training in Run for God, I guess the running bug caught us, and I looked for some more races to run after that for the whole family. So that first year, we actually ran 5Ks in 5 months as a family. So it's been doing, it was really good for all of us. And then one thing that I noticed during that time was that whenever you're in races, there are people who are wearing this nice jackets. They're almost prancing around with it. And so I had to find out what they were. And then realized that, oh, it's for the Seacoast Series. So I had to find out, what's the Seacoast Series? And then I found out that to get the Seacoast Series jacket, you have to run a 10K. So the next year, I had to run a 10K or 2 10Ks as required by the Seacoast Series, and then four 5Ks. And so I started running the series every year since then. And then the next year was actually the year when there was the first half marathon in Dover. And Molly also organized a virtual training program for some members of Run for God. So I joined that, ended up running the half marathon that year, and then also 5Ks and 10Ks because I continued with the Seacoast Series. And then on the 4th year, I'm like, I'm a math person, so with the program, with my progression going from 5K, 10K, half marathon, on the 4th year, I just figured I have to run a marathon. So when I was 51 years old, I ran my first marathon in Honolulu. And then that continued for me to run marathons. And I right now have ran the World Marathon Majors, all 6 of them, and I have already repeated New York, and I'm about to repeat Berlin. And it's been really good for me, especially for those marathon races for which I had to raise money. For Boston, I raised $20,000 for cancer research. I was a member of the Dana-Farber team. And I also raised, I believe, over $15,000 for breast cancer now when I ran in London. So it's also my way of giving back. And when you do things like that, it really is much easier to run when you're doing it for people other than yourself. So when I ran a marathon, I actually have a list of names of cancer victims that I'm running each and every mile for. So I will have a list of 26 people, and I look at my band. You know, you would think it's a pace band. It's not. It's actually a list of people, and I do think about them when I'm running. Things like, oh, who's am I running for right now? And like, oh, she's a very nice person, so it's okay to slow down for this mile, or go to the bathroom for this mile, because she's not gonna mind that I'm running slow during her mile. It's been really good for me. The other thing is when I decided to stick with running, it's to stay fit because I'm a 3-time breast cancer survivor. When I started Run for God, I was a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and I also know then that the cancer treatment is very harsh on your body, like chemotherapy. That's something that stops people from getting better because it's worse than the cancer. It really takes a toll on your body, and you have to stay fit for it. And lo and behold, between my Chicago Marathon and Boston Marathon, I was diagnosed with breast cancer for the 3rd time. So training for Boston, I was also dealing with breast cancer. I have procedures. My training was intermittent. And also during that time, my sister also passed away with breast cancer. So there's a lot of meaning in my pursuing those marathons. And it all started with running a 5K, training with Run for God. And so it's been life's journey. It's part of my life. It's not something that can be taken away from me anymore.